Hello everybody. My story is similar to Muhammad's. It's about forgiving someone because you never really know what's gonna happen, but you should just let it be sometimes. I mean, let things slide. So the story is about me and my friend Lewis. Me and Lewis, we were really tight since high school. One of my best friends, and we used to go to the mall together, try to get the girls every Friday night. That was a normal thing in high school. I don't know about you guys, but we used to play basketball with each other. He was a soccer player. He couldn't really play that good, but he used to be able to hustle for the ball a lot. I know that because you guys could run. And yeah, we used to work on cars a lot with each other. Alright, so one day, I guess a couple years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, something like that, me and some of my friends decided to go on a camping trip to a Cherry Hill down in Virginia. You guys know where that is? Yeah, it's a pretty dope spot. So we're all having a good time, drinking, hanging out, listening to music, until something happened. I'm not really too sure. He got into a fight with his girlfriend, so some words were exchanged. He was like, "Go ahead, walk back to New Jersey, blah blah blah." So she left the campsite crying. I went over there to calm him down, and he blew up in my face saying some stuff that I didn't really know he had against me. So I just let it go. I was like, "Well, you're messing up my feng shui right now. Let me just go back over here and sip on my beer." And I waited for him and her to come back, and then me and him talked it out. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, though. So a couple weeks go by, and he had a barbecue at his house. Right. So again, we're just hanging out, drinking, listening to music, and of course, guess what happens? He got into another fight with his girlfriend. So this time he said, "Go ahead, walk home." And I was like, "Oh man, this guy's crazy. I'm not gonna get in the middle of this one." So I just decided to just hang out, and he went to go, I guess, smoke a cigarette and cool off away from me and my friends. And yeah, so his phone just kept ringing. She was just kept calling him. Like 9 times. The 9th call, I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna go tell him that his phone's ringing." So I told everyone at the picnic table. I said, "Alright, I don't think we should pick up his phone, because I don't think any of us should get into his business, because y'all saw what happened last time. So we should just chill." So I went over there to tell him. He was like, "Nah, forget her, yo, like, just let her ring, just forget it, I don't care about her." So I was like, "Alright, whatever." So I went back to the table, and my friend had already picked up the phone, and I was like, "Oh man, what are you doing, bro?" I was like, why'd you pick up the phone? Like, you're not supposed to be in this." And he was like, so I took it, and I just hung up. I mean, that's kind of messed up on my part, but yeah. So a couple hours later, he came up to me. He was like, "Yo, you hung up on my girl?" I'm like, "Yeah." Next thing you know, she's in the front of the house, like, bawling, and then he brought her down there to the backyard, and he's like, "Yeah, why'd you hang up on my girl? Dip, yo, dip." I was like, "Alright, fine," because he got in my face when he did that. So I was like, I was kind of drunk too, so I was just like kind of tensionized too, and I was like, "Alright, fine, I will dip then." And he didn't like the way I said it, kind of said with an attitude. So he took my hat, because I don't know if you guys know, I like to wear hats sometimes. But yeah, anyway, back to the top. He took my hat and he threw it. And I just I turned around and looked at him, I was like, "Yo, you're lucky I'm a good guest, because I will not punch you in your own house and beat you up in front of your guests." And I guess that made him mad. So so yeah, we started swinging at each other for a little bit. Our friends, I guess, split us up. They put us in some crazy full Nelson thing. If you got the minute that, but yeah, crazy full Nelson in lives. And me and him didn't talk for like 5 or 6 months. I was just like, man, I don't care about this dude. Forget him. And but I heard a lot of stuff. Like I heard, cause we had the same group of friends, so I heard a lot of stories. And I was like, yeah. Like one story was that he lost his job, and I was like, I don't care. Sucks for him. But yeah. So during that time, I read this book called Eminem: The Way I Am. It's the Eminem biography. Have any of y'all ever read that? Yeah. And in one of the chapters, he was talking about how him and Proof had once had beef before over some girl, and they didn't talk for a while, and he just forgave him, right? So I was thinking, I was like, maybe I should do that, call him up. But I was like, I'll just let it be, see what happens. I mean, if I ever see him again, we'll see what happens. Well, later on that same day, I went to Napa to pick up some parts for my car, and he was like, whoa, he's like, yo man, I need to talk to you. I was like, alright, fine, what's up? He's like, yo, I just want to say I'm sorry, da da da. I was just drunk, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I walked away. He was like, and I knew what he was doing. He told me, he was like, yo, I'm about to go work on my sister's car, that's why I'm over here. So yeah, I was like, alright. So I was just thinking about when I got home, I was like, alright man, he lost his job, he's going through a tough time. I know what it feels like to lose my job. So sure enough, I just got my car after I went home, went to the liquor store, picked up a 6-pack of Corona, went to his house, and I was just like, hey man, let's talk about it. So we didn't even talk about the whole fight. We just let that be. But I helped him get a job over at Toyota, so he's a technician doing a really good job time too. And yeah, everything's just good between me and him. I mean, it's just like how we were before. We just snowboard, hang out together all the time now. And moral of the story is time heals all wounds, basically. I mean, no matter how much you could be mad at a person for something that happened, it's better to forgive than forget, because you never know what's going to happen, and yeah, it's just better to forgive.